Smooth operator.
Operation Smooth begins. So welcome everyone to our freshly baked podcast. This is something that we wanted to try for a long time now, and we thought that it's time to begin. We are Bowling Life. My name is Karolis. Next to me is Erikas and Mindaugas. And we are starting this whole thing to just have a platform to talk about bowling related stuff, bowling news, share everything with you and with each other, of course. And we'll see if you like it, if we like it, and if everything goes well, we will probably continue it. So how are you boys doing today?
I'm great, Karolis. Thank you for such an amazing introduction.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
I mean, it's so special to be right here and to talk about bowling in front of cameras. So there's a lot of things happening right now. So I believe it's gonna be an amazing podcast today.
Yeah, a lot of things happening in my head as well, because lightning is going straight to my eyes. I have to say I'm not used to it, but we'll see how it goes. And Mindaugas, how are you feeling?
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty excited to try this podcast thing because we have like a lot of topics and to cover, and also it's pretty interesting topics. So I eager to hear what you think about them.
Yeah. So where do we want to start?
Let's talk about World Championships. It just finished, so there's a lot of things to talk about. Well, boys, 23 countries, just 23 countries participated in the event. 17 of them are from Asia. So can we call it an Asian championship?
I mean, Asian championship with some spice, European and Canadian spice.
4 European spices and Canada.
Yeah. Quick trivia for you guys. How many countries are there in the world?
Good question.
Good question. I should probably just
You should
put mute on my computer. Nearly 200?
Something about that. Actual number I don't know.
193, 95.
Super close. 195. So
That was my second guess.
from 195 countries in the world, we had 23.
I mean, there is a qualification to that, so a lot of countries cannot attend World Championships, but I mean, in the previous years we had much more, and this year was like an invitational World Championships where every country could participate in. So I mean, yeah, it was a tough year for IBF.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it was still an eventful event. We watched a lot of it, since it's no secret. Some of you guys would probably don't know that we are from Lithuania, and our national team actually was one of the 4 European countries participating here. So we watched to see how the tournament is going, but we were also rooting for our guys. And yeah, I mean, it was, I guess, interesting to watch. Did you like it? The stream?
Yeah,
the stream
I mean,
quality and stuff.
if we talk about technical specifics, I mean, the streaming can always be better when it comes to bowling. But I mean, it is a world championship, and you supposed to see it on, I don't know, some platform that is dedicated for that business. It shouldn't be a personal YouTube account who is like shooting videos and uploading it like a live stream, and it has a lot of bugs. It has a lot of other issues, so it's hard to see bowling, the top level bowling streamed that way. But I mean, just like you mentioned, our boys did a great job. I cannot be silenced about it. I mean, no matter how many countries participated in, but our guys did their best, and 3 medals. I mean, 3 bronze medals came to Lithuania, so it's amazing. I mean, if you guys don't know, the only medals we had was doubles in the World Championship. It was a gold medal in 2021, and European men championships in 2023 when we won silver in Masters.
Yeah.
So
while it was like 23 countries, we still got the medals, and it was still fun for us. I wouldn't expect like a lot of viewers tuning in from other countries to see players who are probably not super popular outside of Asia, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't know about Asia, but the whole event was in a lack of popular, or I don't know how to call it, those top shelf players. I mean, there wasn't such names like, I don't know, Kyle Troop or AJ Johnson or Jason Belmonte.
Actually, we had only 1, I think, or 2 in this World Championship. The better known names.
Yeah, in Canada,
Yes.
in Canada we had some great players, and probably in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but there was a lot of funny stories behind World Championships. I mean, for example, did you guys know that Ghana's national team came into the event, but wasn't allowed to play because they came only of 2. The national team of Ghana was consisted 2 players, only 2 players. So the officials didn't let them to play, and they captured some pictures with well-known names in the World Championships, and they fly back home. So it's a pity. Or
I mean, I would do the same if I was in their situation. If I had opportunity to travel to a place like Kuwait, right?
Yeah.
And to see the culture there, and at the same time be able to take some pictures with professional bowling players. I mean, why not? Why not do it and maybe have an opportunity to play? You don't know how will they rule it. Right?
Yeah, and for example, Afghanistan, they said it. I mean, I cannot believe that I'm saying that Afghanistan was in a plans to attend World Championships, but I mean, Afghanistan national team announced that they will come, but they didn't. So, I mean, all those funny stories, it is fun on some level, but on the other hand, I mean, we are talking about World Championships. Can you name another sports where World Championships are like that? I mean, where national teams not only not qualify to it, but they announce that they will come, but they don't. I mean, it's silly. I mean, I don't know how to react to that. I mean, it's
terrible for bowling as a sport.
Exactly.
In general.
Exactly.
World Championship should be, I guess, the one event that could like bring excitement still, because bowling is not in Olympics, not in World Games anymore. So only World Championships are left, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's safe to say that it's not that exciting when most of the countries are not participating, and they are not participating for a good reason, which is I guess some not super clear stuff from the IBF side.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so many great countries opted out from the World Championship, including Sweden, Norway, Team USA. I mean, it's a big names. I mean, it's probably the biggest names in the sport. So not having them in the World Championship, it says a lot. And I mean, this year Korea did amazing job in the World Championships. I mean, 12, if I'm correct, 12 medals are in their pocket from the World Championships. For example, last year they did not attend World Championships in Australia, and a year before, in 2021, they won 5 medals. So it's a big jump. I mean, 5 and 12. So it's an amazing performance. Again, a lot of great countries did not attend. So can you guys say that Korea's dominance in this World Championships was because they are really, really good, or just because a lot of great names and great countries did not attend?
You know, we can't just rule out that they have performance also. They play very well actually, because they have all those medals in this tournament. I think if all the countries will be attended, so they will have less for sure. I think, because as you mentioned, Team USA didn't come, so it's one of the biggest name, and most of the medals came to them. Also Sweden. So Sweden was participating in some Swedes was participating in Kuwait Open, and also won it. So it's
we had a final where 2 Swedish players are competing with one another, and I mean, it shows that if those countries did participated, we would have witnessed a better competitiveness in the World Championships. And I mean, it's a pity to not have them, but on the other hand, like for us guys from Lithuania, a small country with a small bowling culture, if I may, I mean, participating in such an event where all the favorites are out, it's a golden chance.
Makes it easier, of course.
I mean,
hey, props to Korean guys.
Yeah,
still
sure.
Yeah,
12 medals, and I mean, it's a world championship, so we have to say that Koreans are the best now.
Yeah, the best in the world right now. Yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, the question is, why don't we see more players from Korea in our tournaments, in PBA tournaments, and so on? So
that's actually a pretty interesting point of view.
It's still, it's still in question. Great job, Koreans, but I guess just enjoy your fame right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're not impressed?
I am. Bowling in general is like a huge thing in Asia. There are a lot of great players there. But it's difficult to compare right now, because we don't have a place where different cultures, different people from different side of the world meet and and battle,
Yeah.
So World Championships were like supposed to be a place for it, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So for now, I guess Koreans showed great performance, but it's when the reference. Let me give you a reference, right? NBA, when Lakers won the championship in a bubble, right? When we have all the quarantines and COVID stuff, people are like saying that this championship was not as real as
and
other
competitive,
championships,
right?
Because the conditions were different. You didn't have a crowd and stuff, so it's kind of the same. You like have less opponents, less great opponents. So,
Yeah, and World Championships wasn't the only event taking place in Kuwait.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we had now we're talking. We had IBF Congress meeting, and surprise, surprise, the current president was re-elected. I mean, the whole thing about re-election wasn't as surprising as the result. I mean, 104 federations participated in the voting process, and current president won by
A lot.
how 70, around that 70ish, 87, 17,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So 70 points. I mean, we had so much negativity going about coming world championships in the last year, and so many great names and great countries in bowling was talking about issues regarding IBF, and still it looks like that the world or federations of bowling, I suppose, are satisfied with the result. I mean, voting results talks for themselves. I mean, can we say that it's only Europe and maybe some parts of both American continents are not satisfied with IBF? Because, I mean, what do you guys think?
It's hard to say, I think, because a lot of news, a lot of turbulence was before the election, and actually we don't have the data how everything separates in those votes. So it's interesting that there are that of a big difference for the re-election, because like we see like a lot of countries don't like what's happening, how they treat the players, how all tournament was organized in the last year. So I don't know, it's crazy for me to see those numbers. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I of course didn't expect it at all, and it would be interesting to hear what are like the opinions of federation representatives, right? Because for now, me personally, I can only talk from the side of people, bowlers, and when we had like a chance to talk with different players from different countries, I didn't actually hear one positive thing about the, I guess, current IBF situation, and so it was interesting to see that the result was so like lopsided. So yeah, I mean, if any of the federation representatives will watch this podcast, please share your thoughts. Maybe you have like different, I don't know, maybe they had like talks with the president or whatever. Maybe something was promised. But like the history, if we see like the previous years, bowling as a sport in general in the world is not going to the right place. I guess the Olympic stuff is kind of forgotten now. It's not forgotten, but it's like in the very far future. But what was the biggest I guess loss for us was the World Games, which was something that bowling could participate in for a lot of years, and now we lost that as well.
It was a big loss for IBF, no doubt, and for the whole bowling community as well. But on the other hand, just a day before the presidential election of the IBF and League Sports Co announced about the World Bowling League.
Yeah, it was an interesting timing, that's no doubt. But before we get into the detail of timings and stuff, maybe we should first of all introduce what the World Bowling League is about. So if you guys haven't seen the keynote presented the day before the election, we will leave a link somewhere in the video or in the description for you to see. It's a 45 minute long video, so prepare yourselves for a good one. But basically, a short summary what was talked about there. In the video, a presenter, a CEO of a company,
League Sports Co.
League Sports Co. Talked about some extraordinary and just amazing solutions that they came up with. It was WBL TMS, which is a tournament management system for everything that tournament organizers might need. Very comprehensive system that covers it all. Then we have WBL Strike Vision AI, which is a scoring system of some sorts, which scans everything live. And then we have WBL UBPI, which is a universal bowling ranking system. Kinda to unify the ranking across the world, so we would know who the best player is. And then WBL app, which is kinda for streaming, kinda community stuff, I guess statistics and stuff like that. And I guess one of the main points was the WBL Tour, which was league of its own tournament, an ultimate tournament, which would happen for 52 weeks in different locations across the globe and so on and so on.
But how does it work? I mean, I saw those numbers, something like Challenger 250, something for 500 and something for 1000. How does it work? I mean, it sounds like a tennis.
Yeah, like
ATP tournaments. So can we expect something like that in bowling?
Regarding the numbers, I guess it's difficult to say because in the WBL Tour, it consists of 3 tours. It's basically Masters, which is 1000, Open, which is 500, and then Challenger, which is 250. Is it like from what rank you can maybe participate in the tournament, or maybe how many points you will get after the tournament, who knows? But yeah, it's kind of a ranking system, and the Masters is for people, players who are top of the best. It's as the presenter said, it's the pinnacle of the tournament. With millions of dollars.
Actually, I just remembered that in the presentation there was like some sort of breakdown of those numbers, and they say that the 250 tour will be like challengers. It's like you can enter anyone in this, and it will be like 100 and plus tournaments throughout the year, I think, because they didn't specify the timeline, but they just wrote it 100 plus tournaments. And also cumulative prize pools they showed for us, and also the requirement. So requirement is just a VBL membership, so also it's a kind of thing, I think it will be just as a criteria. And then Open will be 500, and its tournament count will be from 40 to 80, so with every number higher, it's less tournaments that you can participate. And also you have to be UBPI ranking, so I think you just need to one challenger tournament just to have some points to have possibility to move forward. And then the Masters, it's only like from 8 to 10 tournaments, and also it's the same criteria as for Open. So
Well, I guess the
know,
Masters is like an exclusive, one of a kind.
Okay, but does it include only the it's like an invitational
No, it's,
stuff?
I think it's like WBL UBPI ranking as participation criteria they write in their slide.
All right.
So it's I think if you have some points you can attend to this tournament. I think there will be like, if you want to compete in Masters 1000, you need to like win or have more than 500 or more than 1000 points in your bag or something like that, I think.
All right. So let's say just a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
Let's say we have a very good player,
Yeah.
somebody from like top 5 of PBA right now, and they don't participate in any challenger or open 500 tournaments. Are they invited in Masters? I mean,
No.
No.
They need to be VBL membership to have the
All right.
membership. We don't know what is things that you need to
Some license.
or some license, or you need to pay some fee or something. They didn't mention as I remember about that anything. And then if you win that, you gather the points, and only with those points you can climb higher.
Well, the whole idea of this tour is that, as they said, it will attract all the players and
so
everyone.
the prize pool must be
Yeah,
enormous.
as they said, it's like millions.
Yeah,
millions
the
of-
prize pool for the Masters,
dollars.
I think the splits are between like 8 to 10 tournaments, but they write cumulative prize pools for those is from 3 to 3.5 million. So like a couple 100,000 per tournament.
All right.
From I mean from whichever perspective
Yeah.
you look at it, it sounds great. It sounds awesome. If they manage to pull it off, congratulations.
It's a very good idea,
and it will be like a huge boost for not only for bowling players, you know, as professional athletes, but for bowling as a whole. But the main thing I think that troubles me with this whole, you know, presentation and the tour and the stuff that they are promising, that is just it's a lot. It will take a lot of time to do. A lot of resources are needed for this, because only like the tournament management system, right? You need to work on it for a very long time to make it, you know, cover it all. AI, you can talk about it more, right? AI is a whole different kind of beast.
Yeah, for sure, because they mentioned this AI only on the Strike Vision scoring system. They call it Strike Vision. So it can be beneficial actually to have implement this AI, but every person I think have like very different understanding what it is AI, because on the ground level it's just an algorithm who can learn from itself, from the data to you can put to them, give to him, and it's kind of very hard to see where it will be beneficial for this part of the scoring system, because they want to do something like with the ball tracking, with the lanes also measuring and counting everything, and do some interesting stuff and combine all those data. Just for what? Because this data needs to have some ground. What do you want to do with this data? For now, like we have perfect scoring system who can detect the pins who are fallen, what is standing, and calculate the scores. So what more are they trying to implement into that?
It's probably because of the betting stuff they are proposing.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, if you need direct data from the event, and it must be like instant for making a bet.
Yeah,
So
it will be good for the predictions before the bet in very short period of time. Yeah,
yeah,
it'll
but
be interesting.
it all stands on the smoothness of the operational system that is working. I mean, if you have any issues with this, all the betting stuff is over. I mean, how can you make a bet watching a live stream which has a delay about the upcoming shot that the ball was just released right now?
As they said, it was like a fast stream and stuff. So
Yeah, actually, we can look from different kind of point of view because if they speak about the lightning speeds throughout the internet and everything else, we know for now internet is have a lot of delays because for the distances that data must cover, because data is in data center in USA and I'm in Lithuania and I need to get those data. It's a lot of cables, and there are some delays. But I think what they try to refer, it's like Web 3.0, the new generation of internet, it's coming, and yeah, there are some promises how to redefine the internet and lightning speeds and just overall better performance. But it's pretty far away. It's impossible to do it for the next years, I think.
Yeah, and yet again, it's just a small part of all the system and all the plans that are coming within World Bowling League. I mean, the betting stuff. But don't you guys think that it was just a perfect timing to announce the news? I mean, just to go back to the election stuff. I mean, the news about World Bowling League came a day before the election. Do you think that it could make an impact on the voting process? Such a great news. I mean, just to know the thing that something big about the bowling is coming next year. Aren't you excited to see that?
it sounds interesting. I guess we should make a disclaimer immediately that we are not accusing anyone of anything.
No, it's not an accusation. I
yeah,
mean,
but
it's just
interesting. It sounds interesting.
yeah, because it's whether a perfect timing, just like it just happened, or it was like purposely used for
maybe this
stuff.
this deal was finished a little bit earlier, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, but they just kept it for the PR campaign, as you said, before the elections. So maybe it was like purposely.
Yeah, because the news about the World Bowling League was announced months before in League Sports Co. LinkedIn page, for example.
But the keynote was hold back for this kind of event. I think it's just my opinion, but the perfect timing, as you said. So I think it's maybe some of PR campaign could be, because idea is very good. They pinpoint all the pain points, I think, for the bowling communities. So they just want to show what they want to do next and what they try to do next.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's possible that it was just like a PR campaign, because as they said, they are working on this for
18
months. So yeah, they probably held something back day before, then they announced it. But I have to say that it's kind of difficult to believe all of the promises and everything, because of a few things. First of all, you guys were working for 18 months on this enormous project, and you are promising things that are really, really difficult to do in a really short time. As they said, like in 2024 or something, it should be live. But right now, all you can show are basically like pictures generated with AI and some 3D visuals. That's all. And this just brings in question, like, how can you trust it blindly?
Yeah, I mean, what do we know about the company, the League Sports Co, that is currently working on World Bowling League? I mean, the deal was signed a year before in 2022, but then it was the company that is known right now as a League Sports Co was known as XTZ Esports Tech Limited, and the deal was 9 digits up to 10 years. Right now, after the announcement of World Bowling League, we know that the deal was prolonged to up to 20 years. So the question is why to prolong that deal term in such a rapid way? I mean, the deal was signed a year ago, and this year you prolong the deal for 10 years more. So, I mean, all those things, I probably think that it comes from desperation of IBF. I mean, we all know the past mistakes, and now they need to come up with something that is beneficial for bowling as a sport, because it's downgrading and everyone is noticing it. I mean, World Championship was a perfect example. And yeah, but the way it is done, like building from scratch everything right now, it's a big thing, and it needs a lot of human resources, a lot of financial resources, and the time that they picked, like the whole World Bowling League stuff will happen in 2024. It's literally months left until it's published. And if they said that the deal is like to make a bowling league, but we need some time to think how to accomplish it, and let's say to run it on 2030 or 2035, nobody would give, such a big I don't know, expectations, or like, it's more trustworthy when you know that the timeline they have is a bit longer than it is now. And
More
now
realistic.
there is so much things they say that they are capable of doing, like NFTs, betting, 360 point of view of the lane. So how is that even possible to make on such a rapid time?
Yeah, and it's kind of bold from IBF, to give such a huge trust with this long of a contract, this expensive contract, with no actual plan strategy, because we didn't have anything presented to us, right? No clear timeline, no clear steps, only some communication plans, generated images, and stuff about TikTok videos. So it's a definitely like a bold move to give such a huge trust to this kind of stuff. And yeah, as we talked, currently the situation is kind of, we have to watch a stream of the biggest supposedly event in the world, right? Bowling World Championships, through a
Personal
YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly.
The stream quality is kind of not the best. So our as spectators, as watchers, our expectations are not that high. You can do anything, you just invest in the production, and we would be amazed, I guess. And instead of going through the small steps, just try to improve one thing at a time, you immediately jump to changing everything about bowling, how it's played, the leagues, the rankings, even the scoring system in general. If you guys didn't watch the keynote speech, basically what they are suggesting is that the score would be counted from 300 down, as like in darts, I guess.
Right.
So, I mean, it's an interesting idea, but is it really necessary right now? That's the question. So I mean, for me, it's hard to believe because you don't need to do so much, but you just promise the world and in a very short time, and it sounds kind of.
Yeah, actually, when you now speak, I actually have a thought about it will be a lot more believable for me, especially if this keynote will be not the promises but the roadmap, how we can move forward and just spread it through a timeline. Some of the 10-year timeline. We start with that, then going there, and this and this and this, and then we reach this World Bowling League as a whole.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before, I mean, it seems like it all comes from desperation.
Yeah.
I mean, there was mistakes in the past, and it was like, do you guys remember StrikeCloud? It was a streaming platform used in Dubai in 2021 World Championships. I mean, do you guys see any bowling related stuff from StrikeCloud as of now?
Unfortunately.
Exactly. And why is that? I mean, in 2021, we had pretty decent platform to stream bowling. I mean, they covered pretty much everything: social media, streaming, short videos, reels, TikTok videos, I suppose. I'm not using that platform, so I don't know, but I think they did it. And then the World Championship ended, and content of StrikeCloud ended as well.
Also, the app itself is
it's
gone.
It's inactive right now. Yeah,
the
exactly.
company behind it, I think, also it's gone. So it's strange because it was a very good platform actually. Because if you can compare like this year championship with 2021, it's like day and night because they have interactive translation, interactive view, where you can change the angle, what you can see. It was pretty interesting to watch, actually.
Yeah, and they have not one but several cameras.
A lot of cameras. Yeah.
Wow. If we compare the current World Championships, and moreover, for example, did you guys notice that in League Sports Co webpage they use media coverage of StrikeCloud for their promotional purposes? I mean, I suppose it's a content of IBF. It is a holder, probably, but I mean, it looks interesting to see.
There are just a lot of question marks, I can say, in this whole situation, this whole story, with the companies involved, with the history, with the future, and the promises, and I think we should mention to our listeners, if there are still any, that we, at the time this video is uploaded, maybe the article will be live, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of did a little digging through the history and information available online. We checked some
facts about the company that is running the World Bowling League. I mean, it's not because we don't believe in the stuff they are doing and what they are promising us to do, but as Karolis already mentioned, there is a lot of question marks, and both IBF and League Sports Co made a stop sign for us, not answering any request for the additional information. I mean, it's up to them, but as a bowler myself, I have so many question marks, and my expectations are blown because of past mistakes, and I cannot build trust on anything that is happening, because like how can I be sure that World Bowling League will be a success and a long-term deal when I know that, for example, StrikeCloud was active for
One tournament.
2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Something like that.
during the World Championships. I mean, I just need guarantees. I mean, I just need facts that can build my trust. And like Karolis said, building it from scratch is another question mark. I mean, the whole new scoring system, the whole new point of view, how you watch and entertain during bowling. I mean, that assembling and reassembling bowling lanes of 360-degree point of view when you don't have the lane machines building the pins on the approaches on the lanes, and you can somehow spectate bowling from the back. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you have pin girls and
pin boys, yeah, putting the pins. I don't know if that's the direction that we should be going, because as we talked before the podcast, there is so many solutions how you can do it on the other way without eliminating any part of current bowling as a sport, like putting LED stuff and panels on the back of the lane just to like point the angles in the right direction to see the bowling actually happening right now live from the backside. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
it's completely doable, but they decide to reassemble everything from scratch and to start to build a new bowling perspective.
No, it sounds like they're trying to just reinvent the wheel and starts from the square, you know, because they speak about the innovation, but this part just coming back to the past.
Yeah, and kind of, you know, with such big ideas and big changes, as you said, you know, we are going back to the start. We start from scratch. We try new scoring systems, and once you start doing it, you will notice things that need to be fixed again. So we will come back to the same situation that we are in right now. So they kind of are trying to fix things that do not necessarily need fixing, you know. And one more thing that I just remembered when you talked about those 360 views and different stuff. What they also talked about is playing outside. Like the tournament, it will happen in different places, different locations, and it will be played outside. And the interesting fact, and I wonder how they are going to do it, is organizing these tournaments in like famous places. In one visual, we had a picture like near the Eiffel Tower, and in Las Vegas or whatever. It's I mean, it would be interesting to watch a tournament sitting right next to the Eiffel Tower. Is it really possible though?
I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before. For example, during Dubai World Championships, in Dubai Expo, the lanes were assembled outside, and it was like a new approach of bowling, and it was exciting to see. I spoke to the players who bowled that night outside. It was pretty interesting conditions to play because they never experienced anything like that in their careers, but you have to adapt. It is an interesting thing. I don't think that it is an issue that you are playing outside, but you need to take into consideration some some facts like weather, for
They
example.
will build a roof.
All right, what roof?
I don't know.
I mean, how the roof should look, and if you have a roof, is it still outdoors?
But yeah, as you mentioned, you need to have a lot of factors in mind because, as we know, if in the building, if changing humidity like for the couple of percent,
Exactly.
it's totally changed how you
Exactly.
play and how the lanes feel. And now you have the lanes outside where humidity difference is like 20 or 30%.
Yeah.
It's
You
totally
play,
crazy.
for example, you play somewhere where it's very dry. Let's say it's somewhere in Middle East, all right, and you are playing on one condition. Then you play for example, somewhere in I don't know South America or I don't know Asia somewhere,
Yeah.
all right, in Hong Kong, for example. It's different conditions. The humidity is enormous, and how the lanes should look. I mean, and it all comes to commercial stuff. I mean, for example, let's say that you are a bowling manufacturer, bowling ball manufacturer, and you have some I don't know bowling ball that you want to put on those lanes to make a commercial about it, and players are bowling it, but it never been tried out in those conditions. I mean, on the humidity, you don't know what it will do on the lane, and it can be disaster. I mean, the ball can be not hooking at all. It does not anything. So I mean, there is a lot of small risks that comes alongside with it, but I mean,
Yeah, but imagine doing it next to an Eiffel Tower.
It will be interesting.
trying not to hit it
For
with
me,
a
like,
bowling ball.
for me, it's. I mean, playing outside, fine, but how will they arrange the stuff that? Okay, now next to this
Big
big
monument.
monument, we will build 2 lanes, all seats everywhere, and we will play bowling here. All the tourists can
I mean,
go off. I mean, if they can do it,
Yeah.
fine, great, but
it all comes to organizers,
I just-
but I mean,
the idea is
you
beautiful.
know, yeah, the idea is beautiful. Question is how to manage it and how to make it reality. So we will see. The next thing is some ideas, other ideas, a little bit out of this world. I mean, let's talk about that topography thing that was mentioned. Was not detailed, but it was mentioned, and you could understand that those challenger tournaments, the lowest of the pyramid stuff, the base one will be played in different bowling alleys all around the world, right? To play in those tournaments, you need to know the conditions, to know which lanes are harder to play, which one are easier to play, to make that ranking system work efficiently. So the question is, how are they going to make those lanes known for the system? I mean, they have to scan the topography of each lane, upload it to their system, and then somehow rank the players of their capability to make a strike on harder
Yeah,
topography.
actually, it sounds very crazy to that they want to scan all the lanes in the world, but it could help because if you have topography, you have the pattern, and you have trained AI with a lot of data, you can predict how hard these lanes are playing with this specific pattern. But you need to collect a lot of data to train algorithm to find out which lane is harder than another one.
All right. So the question is, it all starts in 2024.
Yeah.
By that time, they need to have to cover all the data they need,
Yeah.
including topography of each lane of their competition. Maybe they won't start by challenger tournaments. Maybe it's just in the future, but to have all those topographies of each lane of every single bowling alley in the world sounds a bit ambitious, maybe too ambitious. I mean, there is, as I understood, it was a paid subscription of some sort of system of software that must be uploaded to the computers of the bowling alley, and they need to scan the lanes somehow, but no software can scan a lane, so you need a proper machine to do it. And I mean, how can they do it in such a short period of time?
I think it's kind of impossible. I mean, and we know, since this is a thing that bowling centers need to buy themselves, or I guess purchase subscription or whatever, how it works. We all know how it is sometimes with some bowling centers and purchases or innovations when it comes to bowling lanes. It's not always met with a lot of excitement. So to expect that all bowling centers will now buy this product and will do it quickly, I guess. I think it's difficult to expect.
So because it all stands on a player. Because if you want to participate in the World Bowling League event, no matter is it Open, Challenger or Masters, you have to play in the bowling alley that has that system.
Yeah.
All right. So hypothetical question: if you're not in the bowling alley that has that software, but you're a pretty decent player, let's say top 100 in the world. Well, let's say it's a hypothetical. But you don't have that system, so you cannot be ranked. So how accurate is that ranking system if some players are opted out from the ranking?
I think we are kind of trying to create some hypothetical situations, just manipulating the data that we have, and it is not a lot of data. How they try to implement, because maybe they have a lot of totally different idea than we think now, but we just try to interpret what we have, what data we have, and it raises more questions than we have answers, I think.
Yeah, and it's that's why it's difficult to believe in general, because we don't have clear facts, we don't know all the strategy, how are they going to implement this, and it raises. Once you dig into deeper, it raises even more and more questions.
Once we see it, then all our questions will be answered. But I still have one question that stands out from all of them. I mean, this whole World Bowling League, as it was mentioned in the keynote, its main purpose is to know the best bowling player in the world. They mentioned that Max Verstappen is the best Formula 1 driver right now. They mentioned, who was the second one?
I think it was about the chess. Something like that.
Magnussen or something. The number one chess player in the world. All right, and we don't know who is the number one bowling player in the world. So it means that the World Bowling League is supposed to somehow rank those players, and we should know who is the best in the world. But isn't it a world championship business to say who is the best in the world? I mean, who is the world champion? The world champion is a person or a team who won world championship. or championships, right? So now you win a league. Are you instantly a world champion, the best in the world?
I mean, the World Championship and the World League probably are separate things, right?
Probably.
This looks like a whole different beast, different project, and bowling championships will probably stay as a national team's thing, but this is again a question for IBF because they have a championships project that is not really working. We could say they are starting a whole new, league. How it will work?
It can be just a move, like just dissipate one and create another place to compete. Like for now, we have the bowling world championship, but like in 2024, it will be bowling league, world bowling league, and then after a couple of years, the championship will be gone, and the main point where we have our number one player we will see in this World Bowling League. It could be like, it's also, as you said, more questions than answers. And we need just to speculate from there.
Is it still a bowling as we know it? I mean, the changing scoring system, the all other stuff that is coming right up. I mean, the map of events of the bowling is quite a question right now. I mean, we have a league, we have world championships, but it kind of does the same. We need to figure out who's the best in the world.
And now we have two best in the world.
And now
because we will have world championship and league champion. So
exactly. So it sounds a bit odd.
Yeah. So I guess as you all can see, we have lots of questions still unanswered, and I think our opinion is clear that we don't know what to believe.
I mean, the whole idea of World Bowling League is not bad. I mean, it sounds ambitious. It sounds something that bowling needs right now, and it needed a long time ago, and it's really ambitious. But on the same page, I have some question marks as of right now because the information are limited. It is hard to say how it will be executed and on what scale, because the timeline is not on their side. I mean, just literally months left before the start of World Bowling League. So I hope it goes as they say it will, but time will tell.
Yeah, so if you guys are still with us after such a long time, I guess, we were talking for more than an hour probably now.
Yeah.
So kudos to you first of all to having patience. Let us know what you think. I mean, this whole situation is really interesting. It raises questions. It raises excitement as well. So it's interesting to know what you think. Also, please share your opinion about our podcast if you enjoyed it. Share your feedback if you didn't. What you would like us to do more, change, or maybe you have any topic suggestions. Also, while I have a microphone, I want to give a shout out to our partners, VIS SportWear. As you can see right here behind us, we have some beautiful t-shirts straight from Italy. So if you would like to get one for yourself, go to their website, which will pop up right here somewhere. If anything, use our code BowlingLife10 to get a 10% discount. So guys, any final thoughts?
Yeah, sure. I have one. Who are you rooting for in the European Championship of Champions? Name a country and a player. Yeah.
Not Lithuania.
Yeah, it cannot be Lithuania.
Okay. Because I start to say that.
I know it.
Yeah. I think I will be rooting for England. And
the player is... yeah, we all have the same one.
I think we can say it on 3.
1-3?
Yeah.
2-1.
Verity.
Yeah. Sure. What a surprise.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, a note that we had a chance to meet her, maybe play some bowling with her.
Yeah, she's an amazing person.
Amazing person, and we are rooting for you. Yeah, so if you like this, click on a subscribe button, like button, and comment with your suggestions and feedback. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. See ya.
Smooth operator.